I pick up a pen and I see it, I don't think about a task really. I think about just let it flow, let it go, and then you'll be able to see it and understand what's going on. And a lot of the time, my mind is running so fast that I can't even understand what's going on, and that pen is clarity to me. For me, a lot of the ghetto is dangerous, but I don't really see danger in it because that was where I was raised. My name is Quiyona Bridges. A lot of people refer to me as Yanni, and I'm 20 years old. I lived on the borderline of Compton and Watts. It had a lot of gang activity there, so a lot of shooting, a lot of stuff going on over there. Like there, you grow up to have an ego, you're raised to have an ego. When girls would look at me a certain way, or if anything happened, like if I felt disrespected by a man or a woman, I was fighting, and that was it. That was the answer for everything for me. And I didn't know how to register it. I don't remember every single detail, but the things that really stuck with me and things that really hurt me or things that were really good for me.
I remember a free baby girl, a spirit of adventure, weekends spent with my godmother, cream sodas and bedtime stories, my Hispanic best friend who lived across the street. We both shared the ritual of sitting at the screen door until the other came out. She'd ask, "Where's your daddy?" Clueless, I burst in my front door, doused in curiosity. "Mommy, where's my daddy?" She'd responded, "Baby, you don't have one." Content, I continued my little life. Abruptly, this was all ruptured. Blue and red neons as we watched our home fade through the back window. Mommy turned into a black magician. She usually vanished in my sight only to return shortly. This time, she didn't. It created this whirlwind of despair in my tummy. Memory in a tornado of uncertainty. Invited into a makeshift family, foster care. Would much rather get spanked by mommy for peeing in the bed than to be forced to drink my own urine. Would much rather stand in the corner for 20 minutes than to be forced to sleep on the porch overnight in my underwear. Would much rather experience the love from my mother than to be sexually, emotionally, and mentally abused with consent. Unable to function like a normal child, I was caged. Trauma-induced amnesia.
So we are at Lakewood High School in Lakewood, California. This was my original high school. My mom went through so much to put me in this school, and it's an awesome school. And this was the school that I committed my first crime that I was caught for. The initiation of my probation is what I call it. I got in a fight in a classroom with another student. I was placed on probation for that. I didn't know that that was like something you can go to jail for. I didn't understand it. I thought it was a joke. And then after that, it was just tragedy after tragedy, mistake after mistake. It was just a lot, unraveling, going downhill, and fast.
Prescribed identity theft in the form of red, yellow, and white candy, straitjackets, and brown straps. A tortured soul seemed to be floating everywhere. Mental and spiritual absence. They kept me occupied in a veiled truth.
I was incarcerated for running away from home. The police didn't come to my house. My mom called me and she was like, come home, I'm really worried and your judge wants to talk to you. So I went to see him and then he locked me up. But it's just, later I realized like she had me locked up. Like she was like, I can't deal with it anymore. I was scared, but I was trying to play tough. I remember like just the first time being there. It was a joke, but it wasn't a joke. They make it seem like it's fun, but you do have to go down to your room, and that's like when you have to think about stuff. But they do these physical therapies, these day room activities, and these games, these movie nights, and it's like an illusion, but they're about to take your life away, or trying to, step by step.
No one really knew or understood. Incarcerated soon thereafter, I knew this rush of desolation all too well.
Because of that alone, just those entities, those subsections of the juvenile hall life, the good staff, the bad staff, the peers, and yourself, all like complications in your growth. And it sometimes it stunts your rehabilitation because you can't really reach out. You can't really reach out into yourself and love yourself like you're supposed to in order to get that change. Life inside was a challenge, transitioning, but you know what? I met, some of the most beautiful people that I have in my life right now. I was introduced to IOW because I was such a good kid.
Continuing to attend the IOW creative writing classes at Central Juvenile Hall, surely my poor luck had activated again, yet again. Another transition occurred. Scudder Juvenile Camp.
They would call you like it was around evening time, and they usually called you and asked you, do you guys want to participate in this? And I participated in everything. Every time I got the opportunity to do it inside, I was so excited. So I was like, yeah, of course, writing, yes. I never considered myself a poet.
I would write until the thin slices of wood turned into a 9-page account of the 3-second action. The power of words enlightening and liberating me. Behaviors. All comprehended but never justified. See, I planned to build my own business fortress. Celibacy, sexually and socially. Life means change, though. Homelessness and single pregnancy. No one to call, no one to love, but the one inside of my womb.
Joey, look at.
Stop it. Can I put your shirt on?
My daughter is amazing, and I don't expect her to be anything less than that. She is capable of touching the moon with her bare hands if she wants it. I feel like she's just so independent. She's so adventurous. I feel like she's a little me.
Okay, come on.
I want to be successful, but I don't want my daughter to grow up and not feel the determination that I feel. The mentoring program, I signed up for it. I've never had a mentor that was appointed to me, that was matched with me, that was almost exactly like me. And we're just perfect for each other.
My name is Wendy Nguyen, and I'm a mentor at InsideOUT Writers. How's school?
School, I got a B in the math class.
All right, good.
And
Are you happy?
Yeah.
My role at IOW is to provide as much support as I can to my mentee, prioritizing kind of her plans and her goals and how I can help in a supportive sense to make sure that she can achieve those goals. I am a fashion blogger, and I also create content on YouTube. So I create content for basically online media. And because of my focus in fashion, IOW paired me with Quiyona, who had a very strong interest in fashion. Sometimes when you see like something of value and you treasure it, it blooms on its own, you know, and that's how I see our relationship, in a sense where I feel like with time, her ambition has grown tremendously. She has this inner entrepreneurship that was there all along, and now is like it's flowering in that sense, you know. And she's pursuing goals that we actually never talked about when we first started.
I like this. This one, Wind, I like this one. When you see it, it's really soft.
Being a mentor is just being someone who is really genuinely there that care, and really spending time and just devotion to to my well-being. So I hope to do the same, with my mentee. It's just to be there and just to be a supportive figure. I admire IOW so much because they follow up so well. Like, they make sure that we're seeing each other. They're very much involved in the relationship that we have with our mentees. They're very selective. They have a great training program leading up into this, so then we're more prepared. If I can leave a message for my mentee, Quiyona, I just want to tell her that, all the dreams that we talked about, all the dreams that you have, I really, really believe that's going to come true, A lot of hard work and just the motivation that you have, the fire that you have in you already. I cannot wait for the day where you're presenting whatever artistic creation you have dreamt of to be there on stage or to present just whatever you want. And that journey to me is beyond special. And I can't imagine sharing that with anyone else in that sense. Thank you.
I think it's important to have mentors for different points of views because I always have one way of thinking. It's just really amazing to have someone who cares about you and to have so many people that care about you.
See you later. Bye.
I think InsideOUT Writers helps any child that is going through the same thing that I went through identify their very, very important personal attributes and identify how to apply them to the world. They help me write a resume, they help me dress, they've given clothes, they've provided any educational support anything personal or professional or educational that I asked them for, social, they have my back. And I think that is one of the most important things that they could offer us because sometimes we don't get that from our families and they have to get it from somewhere to start somewhere. I think for me, IOW it's the one place where I'm really really safe, and that's what IOW means to me. It's just like a writing heaven. You're not judged. You're loved. I don't have my guard up, and that was really hard for me to say growing up the way I did because I told you from the neighborhood to the lifestyle, it's always been guard and defense, and here it's relaxed. I can just be me.
What does being lost mean?
Not knowing. A sense of direction.
A sense of direction, not knowing.
Not being able to find your way.
No navigation.
Confused, no navigation.
Don't know where you're going. Don't even
That's
know where
a
you
good
are.
one. Don't know where you are, don't know where you're going.
All of our students, we meet them in the halls, we meet them at a crossroads, and a difficult crossroads at that, all the time. And what we're trying to do through the writing classes, through mentoring, through life skills classes, through caring about them as people and encouraging them to really care and treasure themselves as people also, is for them to not go back. That is the goal. That the last time we saw you in jail will be the last time that we saw you in jail, as simple as that is.
Why do we have you guys write at IOW? You guys are out. You are no longer incarcerated, some for months, some for years, some for less than that. Why do we have you guys come here with all the other priorities you guys have and ask you to write?
To be able to express yourself.
To continue the growth that we started while we was on the end.
When I get out. But just because you get out don't mean you're always free, right?
Yeah.
You got all kind of other things tangling you up and pulling on you and obligations. So we have you guys write to find your way. That's what writing is supposed to be. Finding your way. It's a tool, it's a mechanism to kind of help you figure out why you got to where you got to.
IOW is writing as a catalyst to life transformation. Writing brings out genius in a way that few other avenues present, and so we need volunteers who appreciate the role that writing can play in changing someone's life. We need people who have their own career skills and interests and experience that's something new that can be brought to the alums. We need every avenue of life engagement people can offer for our alums to partake in. That's what we need.
My father once said, "Son, any man or woman that decides to take their own life away is a coward. A coward for not being able to fight the obstacles life gives us."
See, my whole life is a story of survival. And to be quite frank with you, I'm still in the struggle. I'm still lost, alone, and hopeless. Maybe I'm buried in a hole.
I try to avoid the toxic energy that so many people radiate. Because if I envision myself doing something, I know it can be done.
Peers that empower, staff members that motivate, a family that is unconditional. Being introduced to the IOW Alumni Program has played a very substantial role in building who I am today. I can think universally, I can see the big
Guidance,
picture.
I need some alliance. The real me isn't here, but I'm arriving.
InsideOUT Writers has been the life-changing experience. Since the moment I've stepped through the door, I've only gotten love, I've only gotten friendships, I've only gotten business relationships, I've only gotten like a mixture of everything that a young person needs in their life. It is really a family situation here. I want to be able to say that I would never be homeless again, and I would never be hungry again. I would never make my daughter go through this. I would never do this. I would never do that. But at the end of the day, if I end up in that situation, because life happens, you know, I won't be fearful, and I know how to get out of it. I'm trained to go.
Now, I see a young woman who gets exactly what she wants and deserves. A young woman who is an advocate for those who are living in the reincarnation of my journey, so they don't have to see love and acceptance as a memory. I see the first chapter of a success story.